Welcome to the Floored-U-Cation podcast. I'm your host, Kyle Hedin, owner of Illustrious Hardwoods in Phoenix, Arizona. We're here to talk with contractors from all across the country about the issues that matter to you. This week, we got a special bonus episode, and I'm sitting down with a few of the installers from my CFI certification class in Forney, Texas for hardwood and laminate. So I will have them introduce themselves, and then we're going to cover why they decided certification through CFI was a good choice for them and their business. So we will start with guest number one.
Yeah, I'm James Salas from Pueblo West, Colorado, High Plains Flooring. I've been doing this for 36 years and do all floor coverings, hardwood, laminate, LVP, tile, carpet, sand and finish. I guess that wraps about all of them. Vinyl, if it ever goes in anymore. But that's about it.
Okay. Any certifications prior to coming to the hardwood and laminate class?
Yeah, CFI, C1R1, and then this certification here this week.
Okay. So we're going to pass that over. We'll get guest number two.
Well, my name is David. I don't know if I should spell or just say my last name. I'll just say it in Spanish, Covarribias. My short experience has been about 3 years. What else on the background? I roughly learned pretty much all except tile. I ran through carpet, sheet vinyl, hardwood, laminate, vinyl planking, VCT. In matter of carpet, it's been residential and commercial, and also some LVT. Prior to this certification, I have none but my experience, but it was quite enriching that I was able to come here and go through this course.
Okay. And guest number three.
Dan Churchill, Daytona Beach, Florida, D&D Flooring, Installation Services. I've been doing this for 30 years. CFI certified since 2009 for carpet, R1, and just now got our hardwood and laminate certifications.
Okay. So we're gonna keep the mic with Dan because I roll your eyes at me. That works. I like it.
Yeah, I heard.
Oh, man. All right. It's been a fun couple of days, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so why are you here? What was the selling point for you to become a CFI certified installer?
Denise Brewer, she convinced me to come because I wasn't going to. I figured I'm about aging out. I found flooring group, FIA, of course, and it gave me a second passion, I guess. I still have that passion. I found that out being here.
Okay,
that's I was done.
What's the value for you, though? What do you get out of being certified by CFA? What does it do for you? What does it do for your business?
Well, it's not just CFI. I've always had the passion to do floors. Ceramic tile, hardwood, carpet, vinyl. And like Denise, she could tell you, vinyl, I hate it. Sheet vinyl, and she's like, but you're so good at it. And I'm like, but I hate it. Because I have the passion. I know what it's going to do, for me to see the big change. And when I'm done, I'm ecstatic, because it just changed the whole room. But to get that at that point, glass floors, nice sheet of vinyl, it's just, to me, it just, you know what I mean? It's like, wow. But to get to that process, oh my God, I hate it.
Okay, so but you're complaining about doing a flooring.
I'm not complaining about it. I love doing floors, but vinyl was the worst one for me.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. So you dislike doing vinyl, but you're passionate about flooring. But what does coming to the certification class mean to you and your business? Why invest the time losing jobs at home? Why sacrifice the profitability from your business to come here and become certified? Why would you do that? What does it mean to you? Why would you trust CFI certification for your business?
To me, it's not a sacrifice to me. It's I learn. I always learn. CFI, from the first time I got certified, I was like a kid in a candy store. I came home, I was excited. And through the years, before that, I kept seeing stuff about CFI this, CFI. I got to check that out. And when I got the chance, I was like a kid in the candy store. And the value is you get referrals from like mills, stuff like that normal people don't. And it's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's a passion. It makes you feel good to know that you're certified and to know that people are looking for you when you don't expect it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I totally get it.
When they're calling you instead of you calling them.
That's a good feeling.
And it's a value. Pride, responsibility, integrity, dependability, and education.
Nailed it. All right. David, 3 years experience. How did you find CFI? Why are you here? What was the value you saw in it?
Trying to order ideas. I think I won't be able to cover the past one, though. It was quite enlightening, the fact of seeing the big difference between a long-term experience through any kind of trade, and see the difference between actually getting certified through someone that probably has the same experience that any other people out in the field. But there's a huge difference between feeling professional and actually being it. So I think that's the main thing that got into me. Not just feeling I'm learning the right way or learning to do things the right way, but actually knowing that I am doing it and having back pretty much like a feedback that I am capable of doing things right and that I can actually prove it other than my word. That's pretty much why. How did I find CFI? I ran just research, looking for the best options to look for education on the trade, and CFI came out, and I just researched them a little bit. They have an excellent background. There's not a stain I could find that and say, no, I won't go for it. I actually just say it's worth it. Mm-hmm. And as a long term, I look forward to be able to have that background, not just the fact that I have been on the field through so many years, but something that says he has been there and he knows what he's doing, and we back them up. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty much what got me here and why I'll pretty much keep on coming.
Okay. And James.
We opened a flooring store here this last year about mid-year, and I set goals at the beginning of the year, or before the beginning of the year, and one of the goals was to hit some certifications to use as a vehicle or a tool to set ourselves apart from other installers, other flooring stores that, and not just that, like Dan said, you learn every day. You learn something new. If you're in this trade and you're not learning, then I don't know what to say for you. You got to be always open to learning more. I've been doing this for quite a while, and I learn something new every day. So, but like I said, it was a great class. Jonathan, I can't think of his last name, but the CFI guy. What was Jonathan's last name?
Varden.
Jonathan Varden. He was great, and we had a great class and a great bunch of guys and learned a lot in this class.
Okay, so and you're going to be able to grow your business. You enjoyed yourself, great group of guys around. So, but you had to step away from your business. What makes you willing to step away? You got a couple guys out in the field, I know, but you're still technically, they can't produce as much without you. What makes that? You're technically losing money, and you paid money to be here. You paid for the hotel, you paid for a rental car, you paid for a flight. You're not on the floor making money. Why?
Well, if my guys are listening to this, they're saying they make all the money anyway. They do most of the work, but I know they don't listen to the podcast, so they haven't been there yet. So, but no, I have money set aside for stuff like this, and I talked to my wife about it, and she thought it was a great idea too, and it's worth the investment. It's an investment. Without an investment in anything you do in life, whether it be your marriage, your work, there's no return. So you have to invest to get a return out of life.
What all the three of you said, I couldn't agree more. So I'm not working I worked earlier this week. The class was Thursday, Friday. So I had to fly out here on Wednesday. I took time off. But to me, it was about meeting like-minded individuals who want to be able to work at the top of the field. Not at the bottom, not in the middle. I want to compete at the top of this industry. I want to work with the best people. I want to hang out with the best people. I want to hang out with people that are interested in furthering their education. And my feelings are, if you're willing to give up making money in your business to come and get educated, and you may not learn everything you learn through a CFI certification course may not be new to you. But if you pick up one or two things, you're now a better craftsman. So by being able to learn those one or two things, I think it's worth the investment. Once you get certified, for me, I'm the only hardwood and laminate certified guy within 200 miles of my zip code. That's a marketing tool to move myself forward. I can go and bid a job now and say, I'm a certified flooring installer, and that provides me with X, Y, and Z. Well, anybody else that comes to bid that job, they can't say that. So I've now found another way to distinguish me from my quote-unquote competition. I try not to have competition. I do what I do, and my price is my price, and we leave it at that. And if they go with me, they go with me. So I think it's been interesting to see other guys that are having that mindset, want to develop that mindset, want to go out on their own. Maybe they're an employee now. Actually, so David, you are an employee. You came out here on your own dime and invested in yourself, though.
Yes.
I think that's a huge step and speaks volumes about who you are as a person. You're so invested in your career that you were willing to. You're not even making like top dollar necessarily after 3 years, and so you still found a way to get out here, pay for it, and do it. So there's got to be more to it than just I'm investing. I'm trying to get educated, the certification. What's really there's more to this decision. So expand on that. Like, where's the passion come from, that decision to do it?
I think that either way, sticking to my first words, it's not pretty much about expanding, but seeing seeing how much can that purpose transcend. That's how you say it. I speak more Spanish. To grow, I'm more of sticking to a path. That if I actually do keep myself on one goal, do keep myself on what I have to do, And rather than thinking, oh, I should or maybe I shouldn't. No, sometimes success comes realizing that there's things that you can't avoid doing if you want to do it the right way. So in my case, if I want to go further than where I am right now, I should go just one step at a time. So other than just kicking the idea through a license, I want that license to be backed up with something that is more personal, something that is only related to me, rather than recommendations, rather than something that comes out of someone else who says, "Oh, that guy is good." My license will be backed up through my word, through my background that is a physical proof, and I'll be able to make a growth that would actually be firm.
Okay.
So it's pretty much expanding is this can take me as far as I just keep on that path.
You can go as far as you want to go as long as you continue to strive to get better and better.
Exactly, because I believe this has an unstopped growth. There's people who might say they have the top on the line of education, and yet tomorrow they will have to learn something.
Mm-hmm.
So as for now, I know something. Tomorrow I'll know something else.
Mm-hmm.
In a couple of months I'll come back and I'll know even more, and I'll be able to prove that I do.
Well, and it's one of those things I find, sure, I know how to make the cuts. I know how to install the product. But no matter how many jobs I do, every job is different. I don't care if I've never done it. I don't do apartments, but if I did apartments, the layouts are all the same in all the 2-bedroom apartments. Okay, they're all 800 square feet. The bedrooms are in the same spots. The fridges go in the same spots. Blah 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 blah.
And yet each one could teach you something different.
Correct, because you want to know what? They weren't constructed the same because the framers suck. And so the cuts are going to be different. You're going to run into a different challenge. The layout might change slightly. So every job can teach you something, but you have to have that open mind. And I think guys that are signing up for CFI have a different mentality. And they have that open mind. They're looking to learn. They're looking for those little things that can separate them from everybody else. And I think it's really interesting to see such a young and passionate guy out here doing it, working hard, and wanting to... Oh, yeah, I'm definitely talking about you, James. You got it. And Dan. These guys, they're
The younger guys are our future.
Well, you guys may not have heard Dan. He said the younger guys are our future.
The younger guys are our future.
And it's true, but I'm 37. I'm not that young, but I'm still younger than the average age of installer at this point.
You think?
Man, jeez. Gosh, darn. It's just going to come like to bust my balls
Don't
time.
get me started.
But I've got Brad. He's 21. The work ethic there though isn't. It's there. He comes in. He strives hard. He doesn't. He's the unicorn. You know it. But that passion hasn't necessarily ignited in him yet, and I'm hoping to see it develop. And if he wanted to come to a class, I'd happily pay for it. And the young guys are the future, but it's hard to find young guys that are super passionate and want to come and work hard.
Remember that, Brad, that's on the podcast. You can actually now ask for it. He said he would pay.
I would pay. He's got to get the experience. He's got a year and a half to go. You need 2 years minimum before you get to come. Okay. So, and James, ouch, dude, Dan, that's mean. He can sweep the floor really well. He just got to do it faster. James, you said you're going to send your guys to CFI later this year.
Yeah, they would have came this trip, but I already had some stuff scheduled, and so somebody had to stay behind and take care of it, or else they would have been here for this trip. That's our goal, is to do as much certification. Last year, or year before, we went to a Bona sand and finish course. And I took it for a refresher. So did my brother-in-law, but my son took it as a class. And actually, the FIA really has rekindled a fire in me for the trade. I would just kind of like going through the motions, and I was getting ready to get rid of Facebook because I just get tired of all the drama sometimes on there. But just seeing some of the passion from some of the individuals that are on there, Ken Ballin, I'm terrible with names. I got Alzheimer's already.
It's all
The singer,
Billy Graham.
Billy Graham.
Hold on, we got to plug it. He has so we have to plug his company because the only way to say Billy Graham, Legacy Flooring.
Legacy Flooring. Yeah.
Oh, the Reverend.
Yeah.
Got to get that all in there.
No, they've brought an enjoyment. Just rekindled an enjoyment and a passion for flooring. Honestly, this being an FIA for the last year or how long I've ever been in it, and it's just been great. I enjoy it. And listen to your podcast has really brought a lot of knowledge and a passion also for what I do.
That's awesome. I'm very fortunate that I was able to find Flooring Installers of America early on and get pointed in the right direction. Obviously the podcast is here just to, we get to sit here and dork out and talk flooring. Like there's nothing better than that as a floor guy.
Oh, it's informative. It stirred a passion in my wife with the Tile Chicks podcast.
Okay.
My wife is so excited. She right away tried to get on their group and she messaged me and says, "You're not trying to get on our group, are you?" I said, "No, it's for my wife." And she goes, "Oh, okay, well then I'll accept her." And so my wife's excited about it. She's really excited about it, and she just really getting in the last, I don't know, probably 5 to 10 years, gotten on board in my business, and she's now running our store. Her and my daughters and the rest of my family are running the store, and we're doing installations. That's
awesome. So, Dan. Oh man. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna throw you under the bus again. I hear that your better half, Denise.
That's my only half.
Correct.
She's the first D of D&D.
Is she really?
She is.
How do we know? It just says D&D flooring.
100% of the time, people ask, and I tell them, she's the first D of D&D.
Okay. So she made you come here, and because she's seen this. Okay, so you were losing your passion.
I was.
You found Flooring Installers of America. You found these like-minded individuals. You found these guys doing upper quality work, having a good time, being able to discuss it. And she said, "You're going to go to this class because you just need to take it."
And I told her to back up. Wait a minute.
Okay, but you're here and you've had fun.
I did.
Now, what are you going to do to her? What's going to happen to Denise?
She's going to the next class.
But which class are you going to make her go to?
All of them.
Because
you know what? This class that we just did, I had a blast.
Oh, it was great.
And if I could do every class that they have in consecutive order as they come up, I would do it.
Okay.
Today, I would do that. Unfortunately, I can't take the next 3 months off. But
maybe you need to get a job with them.
And me and Denise discussed that. I was going to take the next class. I forgot what it was, but it's in the 18th or something, January 18th. And but then I can't make surfaces because that's the whole month, January.
Correct.
So I got to back up. So I did this one. I might do R2 or C1 in, I think it's April. Don Perkins is going to be there.
Okay.
That I know of anyway. And they have a Resilient and LVP one. I don't know the dates. But, I did lose my passion. But now I'm thinking, you know what? I'm just gonna start collecting these babies.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
But
And
is it
I can't
really
wait to get I can't wait to get the surfaces, man, because the people in FIA are great. And if they weren't, I wouldn't be doing this right now.
Would you have quit?
I was looking. Do something different. I'm not gonna be a salesman. I don't like salesmen.
Mm-hmm.
But George Luckery said, well, you know, maybe a rep or something like that. And I'm like, maybe you don't know me.
Are you telling me that James Dowling saved?
Not James Dowling.
James Dowling started Flooring Installers
Oh,
of
yes,
America.
he did.
Not Ken.
Not
A
Ken-
lot of people think
Ken Ballin. Say that right.
Ken Ballin started Flooring Installers of America. James Dowling started Flooring Installers of America. We all owe James Dowling a huge debt because he has connected us all together. Now, Ken is very active and participates.
You're missing somebody.
Well, and Mark Harakovic is also a moderator. All three of them do a
What is it
stand-up
with
job.
the names in this group?
That they're all
I
hard
always
to
thought
pronounce.
yours was Hedon, and it's Hedin.
It is Hadeen. Very good.
Ballin.
Well,
You know,
we're from all over.
and it goes on and
But
on.
anyways, so those three guys have dedicated time out of their day to moderate the group, keep it running, keep it professional and uplifting. They filter out all the garbage and make sure that they're stand-up guys that are quality-minded, integrity, pride. You know them.
Come on.
Pride,
you just
right?
took the class.
I
CFI,
sure did.
you need to know that.
I think it was one time.
Come
Pride,
on, I'll do
responsibility.
it with you. Let's do it with
Pride,
together.
responsibility, integrity, dependability, and education.
Awesome. You got
Yeah,
it right.
Sweet. So, they're upholding those values and making sure to push for that kind of stuff. So, essentially, James Dowling saved us from losing a good installer in the field.
Should I take that as a compliment?
Well, you
Or
were going to
should
quit
he?
and go somewhere else. Your passion was
was.
reignited
It
because
was.
you found other
was.
like-minded individuals. So it's goofy. Like, Facebook is filled with nonsense, and yet a lot of us have found this one little corner of it to come together in, to challenge each other, to joke with each other, to be able to build each other up and challenge each other to do better and make the industry a different place. So if I want to throw down a challenge to you three, and you can either accept it or deny it, but if you accept it, I want to hear what you're going to do. You're going to go back to Florida. You're going to go back to Daytona Beach. What are you going to do to change your market?
I'm going to be the best that I can be. I try to do that anyway.
Okay.
And I say in 2020, I'd love to raise my prices like 5% a year. Everybody needs to do that.
Okay.
And that's and what's funny is when I was committed to this class, and then we're talking about surfaces between me and Denise.
Mm-hmm.
And she starts talking about, well, you're going to need a new van. You're going to have to get a new wrap, or you wrap that. Or I'm like, well, back up. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. The passion's there, but slow down. But that's cool because, and she saw. If you've seen the text messages, she was texting me after I posted the picture that we did after we got our certifications. She's like, "Oh, I'm so happy for you," and blah blah blah, and that makes me feel good. It just so really nothing's going to change because I'm except for I'm going to market myself a little better.
Okay.
With my new van and my wrap, Denise.
Okay.
And it's just we only do a referral, so as long as they keep coming, and person after person refers, which happens, even the mills refer, so I'm good. And it's just me and Denise.
Okay.
I'm not James. I don't have people working for me. Used to. That's a different story.
We won't get into that you're.
Hey, we're the same age. So he's got people working for him, and his wife backs him up.
Well, apparently your wife backs you up very well as well.
I wouldn't trade her for the world.
There you go.
24/7.
Some people
living and working.
Well, and some people want to grow a company with employees or subcontractors, and some like working by themselves and can make it work that way. That's neither here nor there. That's not the point.
That's a goal. That is a goal because Denise has talked about it. She's like, we need to get some installers on board. It's so hard to find them. The good ones, they don't need us, but we want them to build.
Oh.
They're just not there. So, hey, maybe we can market CFI. I'll just start. I'm like, dude.
Okay.
Going to the supply stores.
Okay. There you go.
I'll take your podcast stickers and stick them in there.
There it is.
Which, did you bring me some?
I sent Denise some.
Flyers.
The flyers I have not made yet. I gotta find time to make the flyers, but I will make flyers. All right, David, will you go back to your market and help change it, and how?
I think the best way is actually being what I have become. Because if I just get stuck on myself and take this as just a paper to bundle up on the next paper and the next paper and the next paper till I feel that I have a full folder to bring up together, I wouldn't be actually doing a good use of my investment. Mm-hmm. So right now, I might not have a big ass watermelon for a fruit punch, but I got lemons.
Okay.
So I'll use that lemon and I'll squeeze it as much as I can. Then I'll get another one and another one till I get oranges, till I get, I don't know, watermelons. But in the meantime, I got lemons, so I got to squeeze the hell out of this course.
Okay.
And I got to prove myself that I was not only worth it, but I have to prove also to my market that I'm ready for more.
Okay.
You have to have patience. It'll be worth it, though.
Yeah.
Patience is huge.
Oh, yeah, this lemon might be kind of dry. I'll have to wait for it.
You're gonna squeeze every drop out of it. No, it's all good. Okay. So you're gonna go back, you're gonna put everything you can into this, market it, prove that you are a high quality installer, and set an example for other installers in your area that they
Absolutely
can
not.
perhaps absolutely not. Okay.
I'll have that proof for my customers. If I am to set myself for other installers, I'm not being an installer. Before thinking on someone else, I have to think on myself.
Correct. But if you're doing quality work and you're going to set an example of what quality installations are, and by doing that, you could potentially inspire other installers that could become like-minded.
That I hope so.
Okay.
That I hope so. However, I won't be concerned about this.
Okay, that's cool. You.
I mean, no one told me. I've heard a lot of people that actually would rather tell me, wait a bit more. You're not ready. I heard a lot that will tell anyone, why do that?
Mm-hmm.
But yet, the motivation came out of me, came out of actually my wife also.
Okay.
I feel extremely comfortable of being I would say a witness to two great examples as Dan and James. That after 30 and 35 years, their greatest backup has been their wife. And in my case, one of my huge ass backups, after pretty much my economical motivation of just getting more,
That's a big one.
is my wife.
You'll do fine.
So honestly, I have that that huge backup that has proven that if you have someone on your side that actually tells you, can I say the F word?
I'd prefer not.
Okay. Then heck it. You can do it. Because I'm not a negative guy towards others.
Okay.
I will tell everyone I know if they ever say, I don't know, maybe I can't. Heck it. If you, well, I can't use the F word. You can.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, thank you.
No.
Ching. Goddamn. Okay.
Come on. Keep it clean, guys. Keep it clean.
So you can do it. You can do it. So I might not be. It might sound selfish, but at the same time, I think it's not. I won't be selling or bringing out flowers, CFI flowers here and FIA whatever flowers over there. But if someone ever asks me, because I know I want to grow, whoever asks me, how did you do it? Like, dude, just walk that way.
Mm-hmm.
Look for this guy. Look for that guy. Call this number.
Mm-hmm.
I'm no one to tell someone not to do something I've done.
Okay.
But just like I did, sometimes it takes a couple of huge inspirational motivators that actually do work to get through it, not just intentions. Sometimes people say intentions are good, but intentions without actions are pretty much nothing.
100% agree. There's a huge disconnect between having a dream or a goal and actually getting up off your butt and doing it.
One thing is dreaming about it. The other one is sweating about it.
There you go.
Well, for it.
Yes. And we look, installing floors, you're going to sweat. Look, these classes, you go and you work.
Even
and
if it's
we
snows,
sweat.
dude.
Yep.
I'm not even going to attempt to say the last name, but I'd hire you.
There you go.
I would. That's what you need is young people with a passion, and you have it. So if you want to move, I may be able to talk to Denise, maybe 50-50 deal, get you out there. I'm serious.
I can't say no, but you got to talk to my wife too.
All right.
No, don't worry. If you don't do it and Denise does it, it probably, yeah. Otherwise, there's a convention in Florida.
No, so CFI will have a convention in Orlando, Florida in August. August or September. It's on the website, cfiinstallers.org.
We might go before to Florida.
It's the
You never
annual
know.
convention. So you got that. All right, James. You've already said you'll send your guys to classes, but what can you do to go back to your market and make a change in it?
I've already kind of started in that process. I have installers that want to work for us, and they're younger installers, and they want to do the certification classes, and they're like, they want to. I was telling them about bettering ourselves and educating ourselves and stuff like that, and that's how we're going to make a change to this industry. And because a lot of installers in the industry want to keep themselves at this low level, and we're professionals. We're like an electrician or a plumber, and I don't know why in this industry we've never been treated with that professionalism. Till recently, I'm starting to see a small change in it, and it's like you walk over what we do all day, every day. People do all across the world walk across what we do, and so I want to make a difference and start encouraging and others installers in town and stuff like that to educate themselves to reach their full potential.
Okay. So here's my plan. I have to find retail space this year. I have to. Once I find that retail space and I can secure it and I can set up in there, I will go and put it out there that I'm going to have a twice a month networking group and send it out to all the installers I can find in my area. I'll put flyers up at the distributors just to get other installers to come together, and try and build a tighter knit group in the Phoenix area and get like-minded guys, try and start getting certifications pushed out to them, grow the market, grow the quality, and try and make a difference. Phoenix is a lot of low-level work. There's a big market for immigrants to come in, a lot of illegal work, paid under the table, people paid wrong. And with the tract homes just going up and up and up, it's all how fast can you get it done so that we can move on to the next development. There's land waiting for us. If we're not building homes, we're not making money. So the builders push, and the quality of work is low in a lot of areas. You know, I've got a buddy, Jesse Boswell, he was on. He does demo. He's set up with a couple of the builders. He'll go in and a guy will install the floor, and that installer doesn't even know that they're going to get charged for that demo because it happens like that. It's done. It's failed. It's demoed. Some other crew comes in and installs it, and that guy's getting back charged for an entire floor, and they don't even know it yet. It's days. So, you know, to be able to try and pull people in, communicate with them, show them that passion, get them involved, and try and find the guys that want to do it. That's who I want to communicate with. You know, this is great being able to come out here, meet all of you guys, and hang out. I think to keep it going, it's great to hang out on Facebook. I love I love Flooring Installers of America. I love a lot of the other groups that I'm in. I want some of that personally. I want to be able to get together. I want to sit in a room with guys like this more often and be able to sit and talk shop and how can we help each other grow each other's businesses? How can we get involved? You know, I don't do carpet. So can I go and meet a really great carpet guy and that doesn't want to do hard surfaces, and we can start, you know, exchanging work, or I can get him in on my jobs and I can work with him and I might teach him a little something. He teaches me a little something. There's so many opportunities there. And so that's my goal, is I want to build a local group of installers that comes and gets together and hangs out. And then from there, I'd like to open it to other trades and start getting the guys that are, you know, top plumbers, top electricians, top drywallers, get them all coming and hanging out and build this network of guys that produce top quality work and want to change what they see going on in all of their industries. So that's what I want to do. I don't know. You guys have anything that you wanna bring up about your experience here, or what you see going on in the industry? You know, open forum at this point. We've got maybe like 15 minutes to hit an hour. So if we got to kill it, we kill it. If we go, we go.
The biggest sacrifice coming here was not being with my wife. So, and all the guys can make fun of me all they want, but I spend every minute with my wife. So, but that's all I wanted. Give a plug out for my wife. I love you, honey, and I appreciate everything you do.
I think that's fair. You know,
This is the pro version.
everybody needs a strong. Well, not everybody, but if you have a strong woman by your side, I think it's really important.
And he knows that.
Yeah.
3 years, he knows that.
I heard your wife on the phone, David.
Oh, no, yeah. She's hella strong, and yet she's hella short.
And she was very feisty about you not getting on a flight tonight.
I know. Actually, she was even confused, but yet she would argue even if she wasn't sure. If she wasn't sure, she would either way argue.
So is there anything that, you know, you wanna cover, you wanna say, you wanna see change in the industry that you see going on? We're like open forum right now. So if there's something you want to get off your chest about flooring, you go ahead and you do that.
Honestly, it sucks sometimes.
I like it. That good. Be honest. Let's do that.
Honestly, it sucks sometimes. But yet, it's just like any other trade. Everyone is going to complain about a job. Everyone is going to complain about the fact of having to work to get money. But yet, I think of it as you have to find something at which you can actually live with. And going a little bit further behind on my background, I'm a nurse. I'm also a certified English teacher, even if it's not in the States.
Okay.
However, through those two professions, I didn't grow. And damn it, I did try. I don't know what's or where could be the lack on the row, because it could be me. Sure, it's me, probably. But right now in what I'm doing currently, because I started doing what now I'm certified to do, as a backup to make money to get my nursing international certification. It's expensive.
So you went to get certified internationally to be a nurse and started laying flooring to help pay for it. And
Yes.
you quit nursing and you're now certified to do flooring.
Yeah.
That's so he could bandage up his helpers when they get cut.
Apparently.
I know.
Maybe he can help you out, Mr.
I'm first aid
Concrete nail
certificated.
through metal. No, I think that's so you found you were doing something else and you found passion in what you were doing as a side hustle
Yes.
and dropped it all.
Pretty much. But however, it's working because bottom line, I pretty much, how could I translate this to English?
Say it in Spanish, then everybody can get translated.
Well, maybe.
I know.
Say it in Spanish.
Tienes que trabajar para vivir y no vivir para trabajar. Pretty much the bottom line is you got to work to live, not live to work. So even if our trade, because now I'm like fully in, does absorb like hell a lot from us. If you're on your own, if you're pretty much a piece worker, because it pretty much works that way, you're able to say bye-bye for a month, say bye-bye for half a year if your income gross is pretty good enough, and you can come back. You can work through probably 8, 9, 10 months straight, barely having a weekend to see your family, barely having a good meal, barely having a possibility to go to the goddamn bathroom.
Some days, especially those vacant flip
I
holes where
know.
they're ripping everything out of them.
Yeah, sometimes you're even. I'm not going to go to the bathroom until I get this done.
Mm-hmm. No, I get it.
So
I hope it's vinyl plank. You can clean it up.
So over the line, it takes a lot of you, but there's a lot you can get from it too.
I agree. It's very rewarding.
It is. So even if others don't think the exact same way, I live it, I work it, and I feel it worth it.
I have no words because you're like, we're sitting here in this room, and I know you all three of us see his passion. Like it's
Well, not
amazing.
you, but us.
Well, I'm in the middle. So, but you're very passionate, and like you can hear it in what you're saying right now, and I think that's amazing. And like these two have said, like their passion's been reignited, but I think seeing what you're talking about right now brings it back even more for them. Dan, you have the mic, so how like
I
is
don't
this
know how I got it?
because you got handed it and you haven't talked yet?
I guess he was done.
So, but I mean, does that
see,
help
no.
reignite the fire?
No, it reminds me of when I first started. I he can say it better than me. Now I definitely hire him, and I don't know what you need to tell your wife, but but she can come too.
She can come to-
Oh yeah,
she's
coming to the next course.
A nurse, a teacher, no, a flooring installer. Awesome.
There you go. He can bandage you up. He can teach he can teach other people English or Spanish.
Well, he said, "Are we doing this podcast in English, Spanish, or English?"
English, Spanglish, or Spanish. Yeah, you're right. So,
So everything he said, I don't want to ruin that.
No, it was
So
great.
I don't know why I have the mic.
Well, okay, so no, I mean we're open forum at this point.
I did think about something when I don't know. Who was
You gotta hold the mic by your mouth. I'm sorry.
Why?
So we can actually hear you.
Because you like that.
Oh my goodness!
Anyway,
If you want to put the big ball in your mouth, that's on you.
This was kind of serious, but go ahead. What were you saying? No, I just remembered when I found FIA, Flooring Installers of America, the FAM. I was done, and I was just doing a random search, and not for any groups or anything. I was clicking through Facebook because I don't know a lot about Facebook, all the little events and all that stuff. I hit groups, discover groups, put flooring in. And I'm looking through them, and I clicked through probably, 30 of them. And I come up to that one. I'm like, well, let me see if they'll let me in. Something. A couple days goes by. I'm like, they didn't let me in. Oh, and probably like within 5 minutes of me thinking that, I was approved. First thing I did, and I was proud of this job, I scribed into travertine with hands and stones, one by one, and scribed it with north, south, east, and west. That was exact north.
Mm-hmm.
And I posted it. I don't know how long it took, but I was counting it every day. 20, 30, 50. I think it got up to about 143 likes. I don't know you people. What are you doing? But I was excited. I was telling Denise. I was like, check this out. 143 people like this. She's like, what? What is that site? Well,
Yeah.
What are you, and then it just kept going up from there. And I'm like, wow. Because where I live, you don't get that feedback from anybody, especially an installer.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, here, let me try this again. I don't know what the next post was, and I'm like, and then I started engaging because I'm pretty quiet. You wouldn't know that, but I am.
Apparently.
And then I started engaging, and then, it just, and I'm like, okay, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of didn't really pay attention to it for probably a couple of weeks or something like that. But I kept, for some reason, I was getting these alerts. A couple of people I liked or whatever liked what they did, so I'm getting feedback.
Yeah.
And now it's full force. But
There's
I
no
just wanted
turning
to
it off
say
now.
that
Yeah.
my point is that I didn't think there was anybody out there that actually, because 143 people don't see your work. It's only the homeowner or whoever your client
Well, and their
is.
friends come over. Correct. But you don't get that feedback
So
like
when that happened, I was like, hey, Denise, check this out. She's like, wow, whatever it was. And it went to 128. I was like, oh, we got 30 more. Look. And I kept doing that. And I started getting excited about it because I was proud of that job.
Yeah.
And that's all. I'm not going to ruin Dave. I just wanted to let that out there.
No, it's nice to hang out with like-minded individuals that recognize quality work. And if you're turning out not hack work, but subpar work, you don't get ripped to shreds by everybody. People jump in and say, you could do X, Y, and Z better, such as Dan. Go look at his stair step.
Wow.
And then you could look at my floor that's scratched to crud because I don't keep claw hammers off the floor.
Lies. All lies.
So I didn't scratch my floor? It was Jonathan?
I don't know who's going to hear this podcast, but I am not throwing anybody under the bus about no stair stepping or not balancing their floor or beating it to hell with a hammer. A regular claw hammer on a finished floor. What are you thinking?
I know.
But I won't mention any names. I'm good.
No.
I did want to mention a few more, though. Names. I don't know what I'm thinking. The FIA guys.
Okay.
I love doing carpet.
All right.
And as I see posts and stuff like that, the three that stand out are Nate Hall, David Hunt, and Scott Zito. They do awesome work. Denise in the background, I'm like, hey Denise, check this out, and she'll like, well, you could do that, or you used to do that. That's what she says. And I'm like, she always calls me the maestro. I don't know why, because there's always somebody better than somebody else.
Correct.
And then I start. David Hunt, they're all level-headed. I'm not. That's probably why I'm not certified, but I'm going after Nate Hall to get certified natural fibers.
You going to go at NFIC?
I'm going to. And Denise was like, well, I think you should do that one. I think you should. I'm like, I want to be in one place at one time. But she's trying to get me to do the natural fibers. She wants me to bounce, and I'm like, I'm one person. I think she's more excited than me. Until after today.
Okay. And now you're back.
So, but they all do carpet. David Hunt, that stuff interests me. The hand sewing, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The woven, natural fibers. So those three guys. I don't care if those are the ones I'm paying attention to the most. And then everything else is like camaraderie stuff. You get thrown under the bus. I posted a picture. I knew it was wrong. Did you see it? The tack strip is backwards. I didn't say anything about it.
No.
I said it was porn. Everybody says, that's not porn. The porn's when a broom fits perfectly in an area. And I'm like, this is kinky porn. But you're all visual. Well, most guys are, I guess. But they seen the picture, but they didn't get the humor out of it.
Yeah.
I sat there and spent time on an architectural tack strip, cutting it to fit the molding in this multi-million-dollar house. And I was flipping it around so much that I cut it backwards, and I actually installed it on the floor.
See, that's funny. But nobody noticed.
And all you guys on FAA raped me.
As they should.
I had to shut off the comments on that. And it was all in a joke because I realized once I took the picture, I was proud of the picture, but once I took it, I realized it was backwards. I didn't say nothing. I just said porn. So, hey, this is open book, right?
Yeah, no, we're good.
Okay, I'm good. No, I was trying to fade out.
No, all right. So, no, honestly, guys.
It's just fun because the camaraderie, all you guys, is just hilarious.
It's great to be able, like I said, I love being able to participate on Facebook and talk, and we can, message each other, we can call each other on the phone, but being able to get together in a setting like this changes everything. And so I appreciate the three of you being willing to spend time with me. Dan,
I got one more thing to say.
Thank you for putting
Surfaces is going to be off the hook.
Yes. So Surfaces is in
the end of January. It's easier.
2.5 weeks or so. So we're currently recording on the 10th. I don't know when I'm going to put this out. It'll be before Surfaces probably, but Surfaces starts on the 27th. So a little more than 2 weeks, about 2.5. And I know a lot of guys that are going. James, you're going?
Yes.
James Salas is going. Dan's going. I'm trying to make it for the entire thing. I was originally only going to be able to make one day. Billy Graham's going. CFI
Lewis,
people are going. Chad Lewis, Kevin Graffis, JC Braveheart. Ken's going to be out there. He's going to talk about the llama. So if you want to find out about that llama, you have got to get to Surfaces. Mario
Fernandez.
I mean, dude, there's so many people, and then there's guys in the tile groups and the hardwood groups that are going. There's gonna
and let's not forget my better half, the first D at D.
Well, see, now you can
She's
go
going too.
There you go. So we can. Oh my goodness. Chad Lewis has already thrown it out there. Like he wants to get a huge FIA group together, and we're gonna take a huge selfie. And I'm pretty sure we could all get together and probably go close down a bar.
Between JC Braveheart, he's pretty young too. I think he's 24. He's gonna correct me on FIA. Just know that. But that kid has the passion. It's just like Dave. And if I can get them two together in Florida, I'm good.
Well, you gotta convince a couple of people. There you go.
The young guys aren't there, and I know two of them. One face to face now, but in real life, they're not there. It's a disconnect.
They're out there, but they're unicorns. You got to find them. So, no, just hold on to it. I'm going to close it out. Stop trying to throw it around. Oh, my goodness. No, so once again, James, David, Dan, thank you for joining me. Dan, thank you for putting up with me in a room for 3 days. I know. It's been great. So, it's an awesome time. Thank you for being willing to talk about your passion, why you're willing to be out here and do this. I think it's great insights for everybody, and I hope that we're able to help ignite a passion in you to strive to become the best you can be in this industry. So we're gonna close it out, and 1, 2, 3, cue the outro. That's all the time we have for this week. To keep the conversation going, head on over to the Floored-U-Cation Facebook group. Be sure to subscribe so you can hear each and every episode. We can be found on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and most major podcast directories. Don't forget to leave a review and let us know what you think about the show. If you'd like to be a guest, have questions or feedback, you can email us at flooreducation@gmail.com. You can help support the show by becoming a patron over at patreon.com/flooreducation. If you need a discount on your tools, check out toolsforflooring.com and use discount code FLOORED for 5% off. Remember, your education never stops.